Who am I? Who are you? Why is that such a big question? Why is it we seem to know other people better than ourselves? Let me explain how this works. Welcome to the Best Years Podcast. This is Dr. Darlene at whatstopsyou.com. Are you a teenager or a young parent, baby boomer, or in your golden years? The best years are now, in each stage of development. So I've got power tools for you today that will help you make amazing changes so you can show up in the world with your amazingness. When asking who we are, the first question is, according to whom? Who am I according to whom? Well, let's say we want to know who we are according to ourselves, not according to others. Is your Instagram account really large? Do you have a lot of followers? Are you really popular on social media? Do you have lots of friends? Is that who you are? No. That's what society deems you as, and we buy it. That's not really who we are. So, what is it? First of all, how important is it to find ourselves, and know who we are? Well, if you're with yourselves 24/7, it seems pretty important, doesn't it? You eat with yourself, you take walks with yourself, you sleep with yourself all day, every day. There's no way you can get away from yourself. If you want to get drunk, if you want to get high, maybe for 4 seconds or an hour, but then there you are. In the morning, there you are again. So it's important that we know who we are. So what does it mean to know who we are? I kind of like to think of it as knowing who we are without our bodies. With my body, this is what I look like. This is who I am. No, that's incorrect. Who we really are is our higher self, our spiritual self, who is who we are without a body and nothing to do with what we look like or even what we do. Now that may seem odd because it is odd according to society and the world that we live in. The goal here is to not be normal, but to be abnormal. Most people think of who you are as what you look like, and so we're going to go one step deeper and understand how that works. In an example, I went on a walk the other day with my best friend, and my best friend she's been my best friend, I guess, a lifetime. And it was really awesome to be able to chit-chat as we're walking and see the beauties around and discuss them almost in tandem. And it was really great to be with her in this synergistic way that I could completely be myself. And isn't that what we like? Isn't that what we want the most, is to completely be ourselves? And so as I was talking to her, I says, thank you so much for being my friend, Darlene. And she says, you're welcome, Darlene. And I said, I like you, Darlene. And she said, I like you too. Went home, took a shower, looked in the mirror at my best friend. My best friend. We get along perfectly every day, all the time. I didn't always feel that way. I remember asking my brother how he could stand driving a truck all day because he drove far and far and every single day. How do you do that? Don't you get bored? And he goes, no. I go, you don't? And I said, why? He said, you know why? He looked right at me and said, because I like me. And when I looked at him, I thought, what? And I paused for a long time and I thought about it. He says, yeah, we get along totally, me and myself. And from that time forward, I taught that in workshops many times. I like me. That's important, but how do we do it? And of course, I have to analyze everything. So I really spent the next months really thinking about this because I have clients every day who hate themselves. And then the next day comes and they hate themselves. And the next day comes and they're just disgusted by themselves. They want to get away from themselves. So they move to another state. And lo and behold, they took their brain with them and they took themselves with them. And they try to run away. And I've tried to run away. And when we do that, we take ourselves with us. Oh no, what shall we do? Let me offer you 3 steps to finding who you are and knowing who you are. Number one, we need to separate society from who we are, me, I. I love this. This helps me so much. I've just learned that in Africa, the people there don't have a word for depression and anxiety. So when you go to talk to them about your depression or you're really scared or nervous, they understand scared and they understand nervous, but they don't understand anxiety. They may have fear running from an animal or wanting to provide for their family and getting food, but it isn't fear then, and it's not anxiety. They don't have depression. Why? Because they're not in constant comparison with others. So if we deleted constant comparison with others, our life would be completely better, wouldn't it? It would kind of fix everything if we literally didn't give a rip what other people thought. Now, we've got to do that because we don't know how tall we are unless we compare. So we don't know how tall a door frame should be if we build a house if we don't compare. So there are some comparisons that we need to do. We need to compare, that person eats a lot of fat and food that's not good for them, so they're fatter, so we compare and we change our diet. Some comparisons are useful, most are not. Separating society from who we are is a task. Start by saying in your head to society, go away, stop, back up, I'm rewinding. Social media, I can still engage with it, but I'm rewinding who I am because that's not who I am. Who I am, we'll be getting to that even further in a little bit. Who I am is before I was born and after I will die, if that's your belief. And that's my belief, so I'm going to go with that. So separating from society, I don't give a rip about what anything or one thinks of me. I'm not going to negotiate or collaborate or discuss my self-worth with anyone. No one, I will not do it. Because I am me and you are you. And the first thing you should know about me is that I'm not you. The first thing you should know about me is that I'm not you. And the first thing I should know about you is that you're not me. In addition to helping me separate from society, that will help me with judgment, with being patient with others. So many benefits. I am not society. I am me. So think about this. This podcast is more about principles for you to think about. And then there's other podcasts. In fact, my podcast number 1 called Exactly What is Self-Worth. It's a little bit more of a workshop to get a pen and paper out. So listen to that one as well. The second thing that's very imperative that you do is focus on your internal qualities rather than your outside qualities. There's no one that doesn't love being beautiful. There's no one who doesn't love having a beautiful this and a wonderful that and having lots of money. Raise your hand if you like money. My dad would say, well, if you don't think money's important, give me all your money. So money is important, but it doesn't make me who I am. Absolutely not. There have been times in my life, a time, I lost everything because of a situation. And who was I now? Who was I with no money? I didn't even have a car. And this was about 10 years ago, not too far away. And I had to dig in and say, hey, I am still love, light, and energy. I'm still who I am. And that was a task. So I had to really concentrate back on the self-esteem exercises that are in podcast number 1. What exactly is self-worth, and go over that again. What are my internal qualities versus my external qualities? If I base my self-esteem on being beautiful, rich, having this or that, that's not going to work long term. Everything external will go away. Write that down. Everything external will go away. Every single thing you will say goodbye to. And this is super odd to think about. You will say goodbye to everything. Open your eyes, look around. You will say goodbye to that table, to that computer. You will say goodbye to that dog eventually on this earth. That makes me cry. You will say goodbye to your spouse, whether you go first. You will say goodbye to every single thing that is on this earth. You will say goodbye to the dirt, to a picture, to a cup, to this ring. So if I really focus on my self-esteem, being external, how volatile is that? I'm in a good mood this day and a bad one this and a good one this and a bad one that. And that will always be the case in our lives if we don't stop it and focus on internal qualities instead of external qualities. Internal qualities are things that no one can see, except the effects can be felt. Internal qualities are love. Internal qualities are energy. Internal qualities are all of the principles, trust, wisdom, all of the principles of faith is an internal quality. How can you describe yourself? I am beautiful. No. I am faith. Because that's who I am. Darlene is. If I didn't have faith, which equals manifesting, I would not be here. I would dwindle and just fall through the dust. Faith, manifesting, looking forward and taking actions toward that is who I am. Who are you that's internal? I am passion. I am light. Are you light? And how you know these are internal qualities is if you take them away and you cease to exist. If you took love out of me, I wouldn't be here. If you took passion out of me, I would not be here. If you took faith out of Darlene, she wouldn't be here. Who are you? Take some time to notice what's internal, your inside when no one's there, what describes you deeply. The third aspect of knowing who you are is acknowledging a higher power, source, or the universe. Something that's more than you, because I can tell you right now, the wind is more powerful than you are. Gravity is more powerful than you are. And in my belief, the Creator is the light and is the love. Creator, light, love, synonymous. Love, light, synonymous. It's not, oh, I love you. It's love that created life. Love that created anything. If you create a table you're making, there's a little bit of love creation in it. I'm creating this podcast, and I love you. And I see you, and there's love and creation here, and there's light from my soul to yours. So I had to pause because I cry. And I've decided, you know what? I'm going to cry whenever I want to from now on, wherever I am. I'm never holding it back again. I'm going to cry when I want to, whether I'm happy or sad. You cry when you don't know what else to do. You cry when you don't know what else to do. And I'm so full of love for you. And I just want to tell you that, oh my gosh, I'm so crying right now. Blah. I have been looking and staring at clients for 25 years. There has not been one single client, not one drug addict, not one angry person, or even murderers that I've worked with in prison cells that look at me with hate. I've looked at people with Satan in their eyes, saying, F you, F this, with Satan. And you know what? Including them, that person down deep, the real them is beautiful. And I can say I love everyone. And I can see the positiveness in a Satan worshiper. And I can see the potential and the love and the light in an addict that's as low as you can go. And the person who's been rejected, which is as low as you can go. And the person who's angry, and the person who's confused. Every person is amazing, or I wouldn't be doing this. It would be too negative for me. No matter who comes through my door or on that Zoom call is a beautiful human being. And I'll tell you right now the facts. There has never been a person born on this globe that is you, except you. And every man, woman has a special medicine for the world. You have a special medicine for the world, for the earth, for others beyond yourself, I promise you. There's no way in 25 years, if I could see an exception, that wouldn't be true. Every single person has a special medicine for the world. What is your special medicine? Finding who you are. Pushing society away in an appropriate way. Number 2, focusing on your internal I am statements and acknowledging more. Being that person with love and light. That's who you are. Thank you, and I appreciate your time and energy. I send so much love and light to you, and we'll talk soon. If you like what you've heard, please subscribe to my channel so we can hang out. Also, go to whatstopsyou.com for notes to this podcast, more articles, and more tips so you can indeed live the best years of your life now.